Well, hi again, folks. I'm Greg Flynn, and welcome into This Week in Pearl, as we are going to take a focus on the Pearl Community Theater, and we are blessed to have two of the integral parts of an upcoming production with us. First, we have the director, Ms. Peyton Cook, and we have one of our actresses, Ms. Candace McGriff, and they're going to tell us all about it. You know, with the holidays in full swing, you would expect nothing less than a great holiday show coming up from the Pearl Community Theater, and they have got, well, let's just say it's going to be an interesting one. It is called the Best Christmas Pageant Ever, but sort of the best, because then there's the worst that's crossed out in it. So, it's going to be running December the 9th through the 10th.
That's right.
At their home. It's become their home at the Pirate Auditorium, right next to between the junior high and the lower elementary.
Yes,
so
right.
we encourage everybody to go out there. But right now we want to hear about this production, and first I want to hear from our director, Peyton. This thing sounds like it is a lot of fun.
It is definitely going to be a good time. The show will run, like you said, on Friday and Saturday. It is about a church putting on a Christmas pageant, and the worst kids in town become involved with it. And it's the story of how they get to become a part of it and how it actually changes them all for the better.
Yeah.
Well, you were telling me that it's a family that...
It is a family. So there's the mother. And she ends up directing the Christmas pageant. She's not typically the director, but because the person that typically does it gets hurt, that's part of the story, she ends up having to do it. And it is just a whole event. The whole family becomes part of it. And she has to figure out how she's going to do it for the first time, but also how she's going to put these crazy kids into it.
Crazy kids.
Well, I guess, Candace, one of the things that's interesting about this is you go from a best to the worst and mixing it in. What's the fun of this?
Well, there's a bunch of funny lines. Let me say that. I'm an adult, but being around the kids when they say some of their funny lines, I've got to practice on not getting tickled because they're just funny.
Yeah.
And the kids themselves are funny because you see their little personalities coming out in their character. And I just completely appreciate that. I don't know. I think it's good. Like, these bad kids, the Herdmans, have never even heard the Christmas story out of the Bible.
Right.
Like, what do you mean Jesus? What do you mean wise men? And so first I have to, like, teach them, like, the story, and to hear some of their objections, you know, to the story we've all heard a million times. It kind of makes everybody go, you know, and think about. And it's to me, it's a funny story, but it's a very, very feel-good story about, you know what, everybody needs a little reminder every now and then about what Christmas is about.
The meaning of
Yes,
Christmas.
I think it's just going to be amazing.
And the transition, like you said, from worst to best is there's these church ladies that expect, oh my gosh, the Hermans are involved. They expect it to be the worst Christmas pageant ever. Not only the church ladies, but her kids, her husband,
the reverend,
the family, they all just think it's going to be awful. But these kids really become touched by this story, and it turns out to be the best because they really, like, show emotion, and it's the first time that it's different than it has been in how many ever years before. But it's a really special show. It's touching, like she said. It's feel good. And I think it's going to be a real treat around the holidays.
Yeah.
Well, that's the wonderful thing about productions like this, especially around holiday time, because if you walk out and you're like, okay, I'm going to a Christmas pageant, I'm going to a Christmas show, but it's when you walk out and you either take away a deeper meaning of what you're supposed to get back to, or you're enlightened to it for the first time.
Right.
Sure.
Right?
Of course.
And that's what it sounds like. The play is intended to send that message in both ways.
Yes. A feel-good, funny, great family time kind of thing.
I'm excited because anytime you involve youngsters, you know, you're going to have some kids.
I mean, we have, I think, 6 years old all the way up through seniors in high school and adults.
And there's a bunch of them.
And it's really cool to me because there are people that aren't from Pearl in the show, but the majority of the people in the show are involved in the city of Pearl somehow, like through the schools or through being a teacher or kids all through, like I said, first grade through 12th grade. So it's a really cool way to really see the community coming together.
And a couple of them I've taught.
Yeah.
Which is just
full circle moment.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and this is special because you guys both are teachers
Right.
at Pearl Upper Elementary School, and so you get to kind of see this every day with kids that have an appreciation, and then other kids that haven't been quite exposed to the holidays, right? So it's like real life.
Yeah. It's like a real life Hallmark moment for sure.
I mean, seriously, it is.
Yeah, it really is. It's just one of those, like, make you get a little teary-eyed, and I could get teary if you wanted me to, but I totally could. But, it's just kind of one of those, it's just a warm little cozy feeling.
Even we sing a couple Christmas carols, and this is like a total moment when I was like, because, we sing like Christmas carols that, we've heard of, like O Little Town of Bethlehem and stuff like that, but some of the kids in the show hadn't heard those songs.
Never heard them.
So, even with those children, it's like them learning something for the first time, too.
Well, this is going to be a great production for all ages, and we're going to pop the flyer up here on the screen for you to look at. It is called the Best Christmas Pageant. It turns out to be the best Christmas pageant ever when they think it might be the worst. It is written by Barbara Robinson.
Yes.
It is going to be December the 9th through the 10th, again at the Pirate Auditorium, which officially for your GPS is at 200 Marianne Drive, but it is the auditorium sitting right next to the junior high. Before you get to the lower elementary. You can get your tickets by going to pearlcommunitytheater.org on their website. You can actually scan the QR code that's on the flyer that's on the screen right now. Tickets are also going to be sold at the door, but it says here online sales will end 4 hours prior to the first show. So make sure that you get your tickets in advance online, or you can also get them there at the door. One of the things I like to ask folks about is this is such a great resource, the Pearl Community Theater, and to have it growing and to be so well accepted by the community. I mean, what do you guys think about community theater? What makes it special?
So I've been involved in theater pretty much my whole life since the time I was a little girl. So it's been important to me for a long time. But now being on the board of directors, and now this is actually my first show to direct by myself ever. So it's been a really, really cool experience. And it's just another way for people to get involved in the community. Another affordable way, a free way to get involved in the community, especially for people that don't typically maybe play sports or do other things. This gives them another outlet. So it's been really cool to see people come together that way.
Candace, for you?
I like to perform. I like being on stage. It has been about 20 years since I was on stage last, which shows a little bit of my age. But so I'm just excited to kind of get back out, and I'm just excited.
I think it's special too because there's just like, it's a special time for people to get to do it together. Like, we're really good friends. We have some other friends in the show.
My team teacher and I actually have a little scene together.
Yeah, so there's actually another 4th grade teacher involved.
Yes.
So it's really cool.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think that I've noticed about community theater is not only do you get to go and watch people act out. Like
That's
it's your neighbors and it's your friends.
Right.
But it is just such an affordable way to go out and have a night out and enjoy, it's Broadway here in Pearl, and you can afford it.
Yeah,
total Broadway. Absolutely.
And there also is going to be a special guest there, Santa Claus.
No, Santa's going to make an appearance. Well, of course, at the best Christmas pageant ever, he's got to be.
Santa will be there, I believe, Friday and Saturday for pictures with the kiddos.
That is going to be awesome, absolutely awesome. Again, head on out, make plans to be at the best Christmas pageant ever production. December the 9th through the 10th over at the Pirate Auditorium. Okay. Peyton, Candace, thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank you so much.
And I'm supposed to say break a leg, right?
Don't tell the Herdmans. They might break each other's legs.
Might break a leg.
Well, best of luck, and we look forward to seeing the production.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right, you all make sure to head out and check out this great production and support our Pearl Community Theater because they do unbelievable shows all year long, and it's just something special about the holidays. Once again, if you want to find out more information, go to their website, pearlcommunitytheater.org, or you can follow them on Facebook under the Pearl Community Theater. That's probably the best way to get the most up-to-date information, and you can see some sneak peek pictures of the production as they kind of get their rehearsals together. So check that out, and I guarantee you will be encouraged. Until we talk again, I'm Greg Flynn, folks. Remember, Pearl is an ultimate place to live, work, and play.